Hi there, this is Phil Simborg from the Backgammon Learning Center, www.backgammonlearningcenter.com, where we have 25 highly skilled teachers, including some of the best players in the world, ready to help you advance your game. And we also have some very lovely backgammon products. Okay, today I am here to teach people who don't know about tournament play or match play backgammon. It is a much more interesting, complex, and fun way to play backgammon than what most people are familiar with. Most people play backgammon a single game at a time, and whoever wins the game wins the point, and you go on to the next game. And of course, you can use the doubling cube to double the points. And I'm assuming you know the basic rules of the game, where you can win a gammon, a double game, or a backgammon. How is match play different? It's much more interesting. And let me tell you, first of all, the basic rules of match play. Usually a match is played to an odd number of points. I have no idea why. Nobody's ever explained it to me, but usually a match is played to 5, 7, 9, 11, some odd number of points. So let's pretend that we're playing a match to 5 points. The rules are pretty much the same as individual, or what we call unlimited or money games. When you're winning, you can double whenever you feel like it, if you think you want to double the stakes, and only it's on your turn. There is one exception where you cannot double. That is a rule called the Crawford rule. Let's pretend we're playing a match to 5, and I am winning 4 to something. Let's say 4 to 1, 4 to 2. It doesn't matter what your score is. The first time I reach 4, 1 point away from winning, the Crawford rule goes into effect, which means that nobody can double for 1 game. Of course, I wouldn't double because I only need 1 point anyway, but it stops you from just automatically flipping the cube, which takes away my advantage of getting to 4. So that's the only real unusual, different rule from match play to money play. There is one other rule that is worth mentioning. A lot of people play in individual or money games that you don't get credit for winning a gammon or a backgammon unless the cube has been turned. Well, that's not true in match play. So if the cube is in the center, you can still win a double or triple game. That's pretty much the rules. Otherwise, you play it pretty much like backgammon. But what makes it so interesting is that as the score changes, strategy can change quite a bit. It matters whether you're winning or losing as far as how valuable it is to win or lose a gammon. And it matters on your cube action as far as just taking or giving the cube. There are scores where if you're winning, you want to be much more careful about giving the cube, because your opponent wouldn't take much to want to redouble you back to 4 and get much closer into the match. So you'd be maybe a little more careful about giving the cube. And conversely, if you're losing, you might want to be a little bit more aggressive with the cube. And then we have to look at the factor of the value of gammons. A lot of people don't even understand the concept of the value of gammons. In an individual or money game, a gammon is worth half as much as winning or losing the game. Even though a gammon wins you 2 points, let's say the cube is on 2, a gammon wins you 4 points, and it seems like that's pretty important, because if you win the game, you only win 2 points. But if you win the game, you're also automatically not losing the game. So it really is worth 4 points to win the game. You win 2 instead of losing 2. The swing or the difference is 4 points. And when you win a gammon, it only gains you 2 more points. So that's the reason why the gammon is worth about 2 points, and the win is really worth 4 points if the cube is on 2. So the gammon value, which many people don't really understand, and I didn't even myself for many years where I first played this game, is only half as important as winning or losing the game when you're playing individual games. Now, when you get into match play, this can vary quite a bit, because, for example, if I am winning 1 to nothing and the cube gets turned and I win a gammon, I win the match by winning a gammon. It wins 4 points for me. So a gammon is very, very valuable for me to win, and very important for you not to lose a gammon. Also, if you win a gammon, let's say you're at 0 and you need 5 points to win the match. If you win a gammon, it helps you quite a bit as well, but not quite as much. It helps you because you're winning 4-0 if you win a gammon with the cube on 2. And it's Crawford and I can't double for one game, so you have quite a bit of more equity or more chance to win the match. So the strategies change quite a bit. I'm not going to get into the details of gammon values and take points. It's just suffice it to say that complicates the game more. We have, with the help of the software that I'm showing you, Extreme Gammon, we know exactly what the gammon values and take points are for every score. And even on redoubles, you have to put that into consideration. If you're going to redouble, sometimes it even wipes out the value of a gammon completely. You might be better off playing on because you might win enough gammons to win the match. So the scores make it much more interesting. There are many videos on YouTube of matches being played with commentary in the World Championships and in major tournaments around the world. And I would encourage you to watch some of those matches. You'll get a feel for the game. There are many, many articles, and of course, there are lessons and books that you can learn more about match play. But if you've been playing backgammon your whole life and you haven't played matches and you've just played individual games, I'm telling you that it takes the game to a new level. Intellectually, it's far more fascinating and interesting, and it changes your whole approach to backgammon. I encourage you to attend a local tournament. You can go to www.chicagopoint.com for a complete list of tournaments and clubs around the world. And I would highly recommend, no matter where you live, joining the U.S. Backgammon Federation, www.usbgf.org. And there are great articles. There are free tutorials. I have about 250 free videos on how to play and different aspects of the game, and magazines and many discounts and benefits. And if you're really serious about the game, get Extreme Gammon. This software, which I assisted in creating and marketing, is really the gold standard for the game. It's how we measure everybody's ability. It's better than any player in the world, and it will tell you what the right plays are, both with your cube action and your checker play. www.extremegammon.com. And you can also email me if you have any questions. My name is Phil Simborg, and my email is very simple, phil@simb.org, simb.org. Happy to hear from you if you have any questions or need any help with anything. I'm your guy. Good luck, good rolling, and hope you enjoy playing some tournament backgammon.